Flow Wrestling Radio Live, the best show on the internet, special Worlds Recap edition. I am JD Raider, joined by David Bray. We are going to be coming live to you for the next couple days at this time, approximately, give or take, 15 minutes, depending on when the session ends. But that's going to be your schedule for the next couple days. Lock it in, watch Worlds. As soon as that last match ends, hop over, hang out with us as we talk a little wrestling.
Yeah, and be ready to throw your questions in the chat, too. We've already got the YouTube chat popping. We'll be looking at your questions and getting some feedback from you guys. But, man, first couple days of Worlds, JD, we didn't know what to expect. We knew it was a young team, a bunch of new faces. Now we know a whole lot more than we did the last time we talked on Thursday.
Yeah, and a lot we did expect and a lot we did not expect. Myself included, I was driving the Spencer Lee train hard. I said he's maybe the biggest favorite of anybody in the field. I got a little bit of pushback on that, and I said, you know what? I don't care. No, Spencer's going to do it. I'm glad I don't own a farm because I would currently be farmless.
Yeah.
I would have bet it because obviously Spencer looked great first couple matches, then hits his quarterfinals.
Yeah, tough way to lose a farm for sure. And man, what'd you think of that match? I was pretty surprised.
I was blown away because I have never seen Spencer Lee lose like that. Obviously, we've only seen Spencer Lee lose a couple of times, ever, and it's never been utter domination like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Spencer had no answers.
Yeah, and to get into the actual match, and before we get into the match with Haratunian, Spencer looked incredible before that.
Yeah,
he was locked in. He was super dominant. He had a tech fall over Demir from Turkey and just scored in a bunch of different ways. Really outclassed him, and so going from match 1 to match 2 to the quarterfinal with Haratunian, I felt really good. I mean, I'll tell you this, and we got the bracket pulled up right here, and Amanda can pull that in whenever she's ready. But I had 2 guys like highlighted that I was excited to watch, and it was Spencer Lee and it was Roman Bravo Young. And I made a graphic about the match that I thought was going to happen, and we didn't get to post it because the match didn't happen. But Haratunian, man, he was ready to roll.
He was. I mean, he got to Spencer's legs. He finished quick, didn't allow Spencer the chance to scramble out of things. He turned. Spencer, didn't give Spencer an opportunity on top, really. I don't know. This match, it really wasn't even hardly on my radar.
Yeah.
Obviously, Haratunian's good, past world medalist, I believe. But I was like, Spencer, cakewalk to the semis. RBY scares me a little bit, or the North Korean, whoever comes out of there. But Spencer beat RBY a couple months ago. No problem. Like, Spencer will probably never be a bigger favorite in a Worlds bracket than he was this year.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah, I mean, you know what this reminded me of a little bit? Just the moment reminded me of Dake Cotty, where you just thought there's no way. And then Cotty just was on that day. And that's how it felt with Haratunian. He was just on. I would take Spencer in that rematch. I think, I think I would take Spencer every time out of the matchup except for that one. But today, Haratunian was ready. And a lot of people in the chat bothered, upset, sad by that. I think everybody's sad. We all thought Spencer was going to be good.
And a lot of people online immediately going to Spencer needs an RTC change. And I think what I'll say on the matter is, I don't know what is best for Spencer. Probably only Spencer, maybe not even Spencer, knows what's best for him. But I'll say this. That training system made him a 3-time NCAA champion, took him to the Olympic finals.
No doubt.
And now you want to throw away that after one bad match? Not even bad tournament, really, because he looked great at the beginning. One bad match, like all of a sudden you just want to flip everything? In a time where people get angry for kids for transferring away, and Spencer Lee has been nothing but loyal for the past 10 years. Like, I don't know. And again, I'm not saying sometimes some people do benefit from a change of scenery. I don't know if Spencer would or not, but I'm saying I'm not ready to say that just based on this one performance.
Yeah. And yeah, there are a lot of questions in the chat, in the YouTube chat about that too, about should he get a change of scenery? Does Iowa need to update their approach? And I'll say this, over the last 12 months, Spencer Lee and Iowa have updated his approach. He's been out at the training lab. He's getting that new style of training. They've literally brought in Japanese Olympians and Olympic medalists to Iowa to train with Spencer for months and months. I mean, not just like, hey, we'll bring a guy in for a couple weeks. Like, he's had a ton of extra support, a ton of ways that they've innovated and they've changed things up. They agreed to the match with Ono. I mean, they made a big spectacle out of that. A lot of guys don't compete at all. So people saying, oh, Iowa needs to innovate. Well, I think they have. They've changed his training a lot in the last year. So yeah, I think it's easy to throw stones, but it just was one of those matches that just sucked.
It's not a pattern.
No.
Yet.
No.
Right? Like we said, it was one match, and it freaking sucked, and a lot of egg on my face because I was Spencer Lee.
I was too. I really do think, at 57, it was that top half of the bracket that was the most interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I thought RBY was going to win, but, I mean, it is crazy. And for people that haven't watched a lot of world championships over the years, North Korea.
Well, the People's Republic of Korea.
That's true. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea. They very rarely send wrestlers to the world championships. But if they do, they're usually ready to roll. They're usually pretty good. So when I saw Han in the bracket, my first thought was, what's his first name? And then I saw, oh, his first name is Chong Song. And I'm like, oh, dang, this dude.
Let me see that Chong
Song. Dude, I was like, oh, now we're in trouble. We got Chong Song.
Cisco situation.
We got Chong Song in the mix. And he beat RBY. Roman almost came back, almost got the win. And then he ruined another one of my graphics because I was going to make a Spencer Lee gets pulled back into repechage. And I thought Hartunian was going to get that win. But guess what? Chong Song, too much. Too much Chong Song. So, bottom half of the bracket, Kyrgyzstan gets Beksat Almaz Ulu out of there. But I don't know. 57 was a big bummer.
Yeah. Yes, it was, especially after Chong Song ended Spencer's tournament. Let's move on to 61.
Mm-hmm.
Jax Forrest officially takes 5th place after just a crazy bronze medal match. Let's talk the bronze medal match first.
Yeah,
singlet polls.
Prez in the chat wants to know if Jax wrestled his bronze medal match. And Prez, we don't really want to talk about it, but yes, he did.
Yes.
Start with the singlet pulls.
Okay, so 30 seconds to go in this match. Jax is what was the score at this point? 9-8?
The score at this point was 9-8, and I'm actually going to pull up the scoring breakdown because this is pretty cool. If you guys haven't used our new next gen brackets, it's pretty cool. But you can see on your screen right there. This is the breakdown of points. The score in the second period, starting at the beginning of the second period, Jax got another takedown, so he was up actually 8-3 before Yesen Geldy started coming back.
Yeah.
But you're talking about what was the score when the singlet pull happened?
Yes.
Score at that point was 9-8. Yesen Geldy had taken the lead at that point, 9-8. Jax had a 4-pointer though, so any point was going to give him the lead on criteria.
Yes. And Yesen Geldy clearly gets his fingers caught in Jax's singlet as he's defending. It goes uncalled, but you can see Zoe, Jax's coach in the corner, trying to hit his buzzer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not working.
Yeah.
But then they continue to wrestle, and Yesen Geldy is then called for another singlet pull and gets cautioned and won. on that one
Mm-hmm.
because he had been called previously as well.
And one of the cool things is they have the refs mic'd up, so you can hear the ref tell him, singlet pull, attention, next one, caution. So you knew it was going to come.
Yes. And this happens with about 8 seconds left, I think it was, is when this one does. But this one is very minor, but it happens right in front of the mat official. He calls it, boom, caution, 1. Jax takes the lead on criteria. They wrestle out the last few seconds of the match. Jax thinks he wins, but I believe as the last few seconds were winding down, Kazakhstan is then pressing their clicker. Mm-hmm. It's not really working. The match ends. Jax thinks he wins. He's in the corner hugging Zoe, but then they say, no, challenge. They go back. They say that singlet pull, the last singlet pull, wasn't enough to warrant a point for Forrest. So reverses. Geldy is back in the lead. Jax can't score the last few seconds. Geldy wins 10-8. And while I do agree that last one I don't think should have been a singlet pull, I actually agree with the call there, with the reversal of that, because it really was so minor where that's going to be a situation you're going to get challenges all the time. If you call that one a singlet pull, you can call a lot of stuff singlet pulls.
Yeah.
But the one previous to that, with about 30 seconds to go.
The one that Zoe was trying to challenge initially.
Yes, but couldn't. Mm-hmm. That one should have been. Because, while I do think Geldy didn't intentionally grab singlet and defend, he was just trying to put his hands down and defend and kind of push Jax away. His fingers got caught.
Yeah. Held
the singlet back. Did it really affect wrestling action? Probably not. But it was enough to where I think you have to call that one. And what sucks is Zoe, he was obviously trying to look, I'm challenging. But then Jax takes the lead. So he's like, okay, whatever. Forget about it.
Mm-hmm. But then it's like they took away the thing that they had given him, and they didn't go back and look at the thing they should have given him in the first place.
Right.
The thing that was hard for me about that match was that there was another challenge earlier, and you and I went back and watched it, but it was a scoring sequence on the edge, and I think ultimately they got that call right too, where they're going out of bounds. Geldy is Jax is like close to being on top in takedown position, but not quite. He's got Geldy has his leg trapped. Geldy pressures back. It looks like Jax from one angle pulls his shoulder back, and they gave Jax the points. Then they went and reversed it. I think they probably got that right too. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they got that right. But the fact that there were two challenges that gave Jax the lead and that both of those were reversed, it's just a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And even tougher given how impressive, one, he looked, and two, it is that he's doing what he's doing at 18 years old. Because don't forget, I mean, he looked really good against Uguev. Like he could score on him. He's just maybe half a step behind, but his entire tournament, so impressive. And so for those two challenges to play such a big role in whether or not Jax Forrest goes home with a bronze medal match, it just sucked.
Yeah, no, it really did. So Jax went 10-0 over Han of Korea, Han Song. Mm-hmm. And then he went 7-2 over Suda.
Which, by the way, that's insane.
Yes. Suda,
incredible.
A lot of hype around Suda. He was Ono's replacement this year. He didn't beat Ono for the spot, but Ono opted not to go. But there was still a lot of hype around him. Probably a little overhyped because of who Ono is and what he's done.
Yeah.
But Suda still is really good.
And look at this scoring breakdown. I mean, Jax had the first 5 points of the match, and it was only 43 seconds left in the match when Suda scored his first points.
And then Jax goes 13-8 over Kyrgyzstan, and then loses 10-3 to Uguev in the semis, falling to the bronze medal match, where he obviously loses 10-8. So the way Jax's tournament ended, freaking sucked. But I don't want that to take away from how good of a tournament he had.
No doubt.
And how well he wrestled and how bright of a future he has.
Yeah, and if you think about that Uguev match, we've got the score up here on the screen. It was 10-3 final score. It was 4-3 with like a minute to go, and change to go. I mean, it was a much more competitive match than the score indicates. I mean, Jax Forrest is every bit the part, and he does have a bright future, and he also might not make the team next year. Like, we are so deep. And so, yeah, this was one of those where, what you want as a Team USA fan is gold medals, and you want a guy like Jax to win every time. But it is crazy how good we are, and how deep we are, and just how good Jax is.
Hey, bright side for Spencer Lee and Jax Forrest not medaling. Not saying I would rather have them not medal, but I am just saying now, U.S. Open. It's a little more fun for us fans.
Yeah.
Just saying. Trying to look on the bright side a little bit.
Yeah, they're probably
right?
Yeah. They're gonna work their
They
way
don't go
back
straight
in.
to Final X.
Yeah.
Right? Now they probably are gonna go through the US Open.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to 70 kilograms. PJ Duke, another guy, young, obviously the other young guy on this team, along with Jax, who, while it's not bringing home a medal, I think you come away from this tournament going, you know what, that's tough, but that's okay. You wrestled really well, especially given your age. Bright future ahead.
Yeah. And, it's funny because the world champ came out of the top side of the bracket here, Aogi, but the bottom half of the bracket was so exciting. And it was partly because of PJ. I mean, he looked great in the first round and then gave Kaipanov an awesome match. I thought he was going to win.
Which Kaipanov, world champion, coming back. He was
two-time
the favorite.
finalist. Two-time finalist,
He was probably the favorite on paper to win this bracket.
Yeah, so, I mean, that match, it looks like PJ has a legitimate shot to beat Kaipanov.
Yes.
He loses, and then it looks like Austin Gomez is going to beat Kaipanov.
That match, maybe the craziest match of the World Championships.
And that was the match that had my stomach in knots because I love Austin Gomez. I'm an Austin Gomez fan. But I also love Team USA, and I love PJ Duke, and I'm a PJ Duke and Team USA fan. So you need Kaipanov to pull PJ back in, but you see Gomez having so much success against the returning champ, and you're like, dude, this is awesome too. Ends up Kaipanov's too much in the end, gets the win over Gomez, and then it's like, well, now we definitely need Kaipanov to beat Tumor Ochir, and Tumor Ochir finally has the breakout tournament, makes it to the finals. A guy that we've known for years that was that good.
He did lose in the finals.
He did lose in the finals, but a guy that we knew could do, because he doesn't have a lot of medals, does he?
No, he loves getting fifth.
He gets fifth a lot. so but it's like, it could be anyway. So I don't know. That was a bummer, but very, very interesting bottom half of the bracket. Really, that was one where, just as a pure fan of the sport, the rep shot system made that way more interesting. Like,
yes,
it was cool.
Also, bottom half stacked. I mean,
Yes.
This entire weight was stacked, but like bottom half, I mean, true. The GOAT Musakayev was in the top half. He had a crazy tournament as well. Did you see him trying to fight Aogi in the back?
Yeah. I mean, that's great. That is, dude, yeah.
He tried to fight Aogi on the mat and then tried to fight him in the back. I don't know what happened. Aogi must have gotten a little handsy or something, or I don't know that we couldn't see on camera, because Musakayev, I haven't seen him that angry since Russian Nationals 2016.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? As respecters of the great Musakayev, we know Aogi must have been over the line.
That's what I'm saying.
He must have,
That's what I'm saying.
Must have been over the line. I'm gonna take Musakayev's word for this.
If you don't follow Ray Higuchi on Twitter, you should do it. He's a funny follow, and a lot of it is just because of just like a translation makes it funny. And he quote tweeted the Japanese reporter who posted the video of Musakayev freaking out in the back, and he quote tweeted and just goes, "Wow, I saw MMA happening and I was so surprised."
That's a great.
So now
line.
anybody, like, anytime things get tested, I'm just gonna be like, "I see MMA happening."
Yeah. Oh my
Like, not two
gosh.
dudes are fighting. I see MMA happening.
I see it. Yeah, that's great. Like when Jason Nolf was making kids go to the jumps. It was just MMA happening out there.
It's just MMA happening. Muskaev got a little fired up. He did a little MMA.
Just MMA was happening after
He
that.
does have one fight.
That's,
MMA fight.
That's
so,
true. True.
It's just instinct
Yeah.
for him.
So, well, that's 70. PJ is going to be really good.
PJ is going to be really good. But another guy who's going to have to fight to make the team.
There's going to be some MMA happening for him to make the team.
All right, 74 kilograms. This one, this was another tough one. But David Carr, wrestling, great. Obviously, he's not as young as PJ and Jax, but still relatively young when you consider a senior level wrestler. Carr goes through his first round opponent 9-5, then 10-0, and then he hits Valiev, Olympic bronze last year, the number 1 seed, the number 1 ranked guy in the world at 74 kilograms, hasn't beat pretty much.
Dude.
Pretty much hasn't beat. Leading the entire match until, 6 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go. Valiev just comes up clutch. And, that Valiev is a very counter-heavy wrestler. So a lot of people saying Carr should have waited back, gone on more defensive mode. Well, guess what? Sidakov did that too.
Yeah.
And Valiev beat him.
That's true.
In the finals. So I'm not saying... I don't know. I kind of feel like David, wrestle like you have been.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was overly aggressive, and I thought enforcing shots. Valiev is just insanely good at counterattacks.
I just thought, in the first period, the offense that he had was just quick score, double leg stuff. Get through him, and the second period, a lot of his attacks ended up being extended, and that's where Valiev's really, really good. And it's. I mean, dude, who are we to question David Carr's tactics in that match? He clearly, he put 5 points on the board against Valiev in the first period, so he knew what he was doing. They had a plan. It didn't work, but it did feel like just the first 2 that he gave up in the second period. It felt like a situation where he didn't need to be under him that way. He didn't need to give that up, and then he kind of did it again. But honestly, really, really impressive match. Carr, I think, showed a lot. And we also know Carr improves match to match. So I want to see that one again.
I do too. And I feel good about David coming back tomorrow for bronze. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I feel really good about him getting to the bronze match.
Yeah, and he is alive in repechage. So
yes,
that's the good news. We got a little graphic up.
Right, he'll have to win one match, and then he'll be in the bronze match where he'll see Sidakov.
Yeah. Sidakov. You know what? There's good and there's bad in everything. And the great news is we get to see that match. That's awesome, but also a little scary. If all you care about is just winning the medal, that's not the easiest guy to do it against, but the fact that we get to see David Carr tested against both Valiev and Sidakov is very cool. We're going to learn a lot. Hopefully what we learn is David Carr can beat Sidakov. That's what I hope.
Yeah. But Sidakov is more human than he has ever been in his career, dropping 2 straight to Valiev. I mean, David is right there to beat Valiev. I'm not saying he's going to beat Sidakov. That's probably not my prediction. But I think David's going to be right in that match. I don't think this is a blowout either way.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. 79 kilos.
Levi freaking Haynes.
Dude.
Hand up. My official predictions, I did not have Levi bringing home a medal. Not that I thought he was a bad wrestler. I just didn't think he was quite ready. I didn't think he was ready to do what he did to Usmanov.
Yeah.
He broke Usmanov. The referees were trying to give that match to Usmanov. Everything was going against Levi, and he still freaking got it done.
This is my favorite scoring sequence so far that we've looked at. It says 2-0 until Levi Haynes scored 2 points with 0 seconds left. And that's what it was. It was a buzzer beater takedown that Levi Haynes got by executing just the perfect sprint at the right time. Incredible. And don't forget, I mean, going back all the way to the first round, Levi was trailing 2-0 with a minute and a half left in his opening round match. So your thought that, I don't know, maybe he's not ready to medal. I mean, he almost wasn't ready to win his first round match, and he did. And Saipudinov's good from Bahrain, but I mean, got that done, and then went on, knocked off the world champ Usmanov, and beat the Mongolian in the semis. Now he's in the finals.
You know why I like Levi Haynes? Look, I'm not saying I can do what Levi Haynes does, but what I am saying is there are some wrestlers who I see do some stuff, and I'm like, I can never do that. I watch Zahid wrestle and go, I will never be able to do that. Levi Haynes is just old school brawler. And in my mind, I'm like, theoretically, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could hit a post high crotch. I could get in really good shape and wear somebody down. I could win like that. That's what fires me up about Levi Haynes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing flashy, just grit.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, obviously the beating the world champ is the biggest news there for Levi. But no, I agree with you 100%. And you know, the funny thing about the win over Usmanov, it reminded me of when Levi Haynes made the U17 world team and was breaking his opponent and was pushing the pace, but it was always pushing him out of bounds grounded, couldn't get the takedown, couldn't get the step out. He seemed better than that opponent and was just like running him all over the mat, but just couldn't get the actual like victory. And then in this one against a way better wrestler, still super young in his career, Levi gets it done. And Levi's already, been on the college scene for a while, so people forget how young he is. But I mean, he's like 21. He's super young, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of years of Levi Haynes ahead, which is great.
Love that. All right. Moving up, 86, Zahid Valencia, who maybe OW performance?
Yeah.
Doesn't give up a single point. Doesn't get scored upon. Beats Gasimpur in the semis. Dominates in the finals 12-0 over Japan, over a guy who he's lost to before. And we've said it the past year, Zahid's better. He is still continuing to get better. Like every time he goes out, It's like, this is a new Zahid.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. And maybe my favorite part of him beating Gasimpur the way he did is that any content we post about basically any Iranian wrestler, but especially Gasimpur, the comment section goes wild because there's so many Iranian wrestling fans, both in the venue and then also online. And so, yeah, anytime, so anyway, the excuses were already flying in, hot and heavy for Gasimpur. This was only, I saw one comment that said this was only 40% Gasimpur. It's hilarious to suggest it's only 40%, but incredible performance by Zahid. And you just love to see it.
I mean, what is next for Zahid? Okay. So there's been a lot of talk of the golden era of USA Wrestling to now, right? Like, can we continue that level of success we had with guys like Jordan Burroughs, David Taylor, Kyle Dake, Jaden Cox, that run? Is Zahid going to be the next one of those guys who every year we are expecting a gold medal from him? And at minimum, silver.
Yeah. I think the conversation immediately now goes to, will Zahid be a 3-time World Olympic champ and 4-time medalist by the time LA comes around? Wrestling close to his backyard. That's the next thing. That's the next evolution. coming into this year's World Championships, I think everybody in the United States thought Zahid can win. He can get it done, but it's super deep. It's very challenging, and we don't know. Now, there are still a couple puzzles to solve, right? Ramazanov, not there this year, so we still want to see that match. But, I mean, Ramazanov was not blitzing the field the way that Zahid just blitzed the field. So, I feel good about that.
I guess, theoretically, no, I'm not going to say. Zahid's, wow. Like I said, OW performance of maybe the entire world. We still have a couple weights left, but that, as of right now, that's it.
Number one.
That's my OW.
Yeah.
Right there. 92 kilograms. Let's make it another finalist for Team USA.
Dude,
Trent Hidley.
Oh, my gosh. If not for Zahid, you might be saying the same OW thing about Hidley, that you are about Zahid. Because, I mean, he hasn't had a super easy path, and he's dominated. Mazeradze is tough, beat him 6-1, really controlled the match. And then Nurmagomedov in the semis is a world bronze medalist, and he teched him 15-4. So super impressed with Trent Hidley. Really awesome to see him. And dude, the emotion he wrestles with is so awesome. It's freaking awesome. And it's from the beginning of the match till the end. Like the way he tries to hit a go behind on every single time these guys go grounded out of bounds. Like the way he just pushes off the opponents a little bit. Like the way he
punches himself in the face.
Yeah. Although when he was on the Bader show last time, he said he's been doing a little less. It was a little less punching and a little more just like
more slap,
light slapping. Because he said, there have been a couple of times where he's like woken up the next day and like had serious injuries. He's like, man. So, but yeah, dude. I mean, dude, what a guy, man. He's so fun to have. Raising the roof.
Raise the roof time. The roof time.
You need a guy like Trent Hidley on your team. He looks incredible. Tomorrow for gold, how are you feeling about Gadzi Magomedov?
It's probably Trent's toughest match. But with the way he's wrestling, why not?
Mm-hmm. I agree. He's looked great.
Let me see here what Kozak has.
Yeah, pulling up Kozak.
Gadzi ranked.
Yeah.
2025 World Championship rankings. 92, the latest set. He's got him 7th.
Okay.
All right. This is Russia's rep. He has Trent ranked 3rd.
Let's get that money.
So why not? Trent, world champ, baby. And then heavyweight. This one was tough.
Yeah.
A big surprise for a lot of Americans, myself included. I maybe wasn't as high as a lot of Americans coming in on White, but I did not expect 0-1 going down by tech like that. That was tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. And the thing that was tough was he looked unprepared. He looked unprepared for the type of match that he was going to have to win. And it's not 100% surprising given the way that he looked against Trent Hilger at Final X, giving up points that that he really shouldn't. But that's always been part of who Wyatt Hendrickson is live by the sword, die by the sword. And so I don't know. I mean, you compare this version of Wyatt Hendrickson to the version that beat Gable, and the version that beat Gable was high-paced but patient. It was hand fight, fake, until there's an opening, and it might take, 6.5 minutes for that opening to come, but be ready when it does. This was just, I just thought going way too early to the chest wrap, and just, kind of selling out for points where really you just needed to be a little more baseline and defend. And so, yeah, it was disappointing. It really was. And yeah, so I don't know. Not much you can say. It honestly kind of, yeah, like, I feel like Real American Freestyle is they've got Wyatt's the belt holder there, and they're going to have a match between Mason Paris and Kyle Snyder, and it's probably the winner gets Wyatt. And I just see a lot of similarities between Wyatt and Mason Paris. Those two guys both they can be super offensive, but they can also sometimes lack in tactics, and that can work one of two ways for you. And it didn't go the way that Wyatt wanted it to this time around.
Yeah, that was tough. And you know what? Zagreb did what he was supposed to do. He comes out, he wins it. And those extra points are currently what has Iran ahead of us in the team race. So we ended today in second place behind Iran. Iran with 80 points. United States 75. Azerbaijan in third with 68. Japan in fourth with 65. Russia in fifth with 63 points.
Okay.
So kind of an interesting team race. Not surprised to see Iran in first. A little surprised to see Russia down at 5, and yeah, surprised to see Azerbaijan in third, but still kind of early, I guess. I mean, a lot of wrestling tomorrow, and then the next day for men's freestyle.
Yeah, and most of the wrestling matches have happened, but a lot of the points get decided tomorrow.
Right.
In those medal matches. So tomorrow, in the medal matches, and then in the other two weights, Real Woods, who has a tough draw, he's going tomorrow. Amuzad second round. That's a challenge. We'll see how far he's come, because Amuzad had all the answers the first time they wrestled. So excited to see that. I mean, a little nervous, but excited. And then Kyle Snyder with a great draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking he's gonna be in the finals.
Yeah, I really hope he makes it to the finals.
Yeah.
Yep. And then women get started tomorrow morning as well. We'll have Rodriguez at 55 kilograms and Winchester at 59 kilograms.
That'll be awesome. And
starting tomorrow.
We got, we'll be back with you guys tomorrow. But before we go, I did see one question in the chat from Juan. He wants to know, does this performance make Zahid number 1 pound for pound in America? Has to.
In America? Yeah.
Has to.
Yep. He's getting up there, maybe top 5 in the world, because you're looking at like Sedgelayev, Tazudinov. So it gets weird when, what do you do with Jamalov, the Olympic champion, but not wrestling this year at Worlds. Valiev, I still, instead of like taking Sidikov down, I would probably bring Valiev up, because Sidikov has only lost to. Valiev didn't get the rest of the Olympics. So I would still have those guys.
Well, then what do you do with Jamalov? Because he had a convincing win over Valiev. So.
I know, right? Was literally handed it. But I would have those guys still ahead of Zahid. Oh no. Runs through the world's field, kind of like Zahid did last year, then beat Spencer Lee. He might still be ahead of Zahid, but Zahid beat Kyle Dake. I don't know. Yeah, so Zare too is probably ahead of him, because he's done it for a little bit longer. But yeah, no, Zahid number 1 pound for pound in the country, and creeping up there, top 10 in the world. So, like I said, keeps getting better and better. He seems like the new kind of staple for Team USA. And with Brooks moving up, Trent at 92, at least during World's years. I'm sure Kyle Dake will have his say, but if Zahid makes his team, if he can keep Dake from taking that spot from him, he's going to be our new Burroughs, Dake,
absolutely,
Taylor, Cox.
Now, if Kyle Snyder goes out, tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday and wins another gold, beats Tazudinov, now we're having a different conversation. But
big if.
That's a conversation for our recap show 2 days from now.
That's right. That's where you got to tune in. Then, all right, guys, thank you. Like I said, tomorrow, starting 4:30 a.m. Eastern is when wrestling starts. We'll be back here around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m.-ish Eastern time, 2:15, 2:30. See you then.